before we get into the video, I'd like to ask you to please go and subscribe and hit the bell icon so that way you know when a new video is uploaded. If you'd like to support my channel, please go and see my merchandise store that has all kinds of new stuff being put on there daily. I also have an Instagram as well as a few other social media sites if you'd like to check out to see what else I am doing. And let's get into the video. In my freshman year of high school, I used to hang out with a girl who had a reputation for being quiet and shy. She seemed unassuming at first glance, and I didn't think much of her. But one day, that all changed. On New Year's Day, she sent me and a few others a poorly punctuated email telling us to watch an anime called Erased, claiming that it had been voted as one of the best animes, which is a plural for anime, of the year. I refused to watch it, claiming that it was stupid and that she should stop watching anime. However, she refused and sent me a bunch of weeaboo otaku life memes, claiming that anime was a drug and how it was her life and a load of other random crap. But anyways, I forgot about that and anime in general for a few months at least. Around February of that year, the weeb told me to watch Kiss Him Not Me. I don't know what that is, but it's an anime about fujoshi. A fujoshi is a girl who watches guys make out and get overexcited when she sees two of them doing anything remotely friendly. That's not really what a fujoshi is, but okay. Yes, that's the second problem with the weeb here. She isn't just your average, everyday, over-the-top anime person, but a yaoi fangirl. In fact, she even tried to make me write yaoi fanfic about two of our classmates. I stupidly agreed, mainly because I was incredibly bored at the time, but I had the mercy to leave it unfinished and deleted it shortly afterwards. If you want to know about how obsessed she was about this ship, she later admitted to writing her own fanfiction, which involved one of the guys dressing up in a maid outfit. Believe me, it was one of the most cringeworthy things I've ever read, and this is coming from someone who's read My Immortal and Joe Becky at Hogwarts. Anyway, I decided to ignore Miss Yaoi and carried on with my daily life, though I did recommend her a Subaru-sponsored anime. Yes, a Subaru, as in the car maker. I am, and still am, a car enthusiast, and just happened to find out about this on the internet, so I recommended it to her, thinking that she'd like it. This is one of the least interesting parts of my experience, apart from when she emailed me saying how sad the ending was. I asked her why, and she just replied with a load of total gibberish, almost as if a cat had stepped on her keyboard. In May, though, she began to manipulate me. For some unknown reason, I promised that I'd watch the Kiss Him Not Me show in order to make her stop nagging me about it. I watched it, hated it, and pretended to like it in front of her. Miss Yaoi complimented me as if I was a dog and made me watch the Subaru anime. Except that I had quit watching it 3 episodes in because I couldn't take heads or tails of the plot. After this, I decided to stop watching anime for an indefinite period. Except that Miss Yaoi kept pestering me to watch another series. Like a father with a petulant child, I eventually caved in and decided to watch the Ouran High School Host Club. I finished it in 8 days, except that I didn't actually finish it. In fact, I just kept watching 2 episodes a day. Miss Yaoi would criticize me for my slowness. To meet her expectations, I skipped episodes that I found uninteresting. At this point, I wasn't even doing this myself, I was just doing this for her. During the summer, it got even worse. Miss Yaoi wanted me to watch several unrelated animes in a certain order. She wanted me to watch Assassination Classroom, which I heard that the plot was about a bunch of kids trying to kill a giant yellow octopus, which I found hilarious. However, she wanted me to watch some other crap about a cross-dressing girl playing with BB guns or something. There was also some other things she wanted me to watch, but I can't remember what it was because I didn't watch it. Anyways, I dropped the cross-dressing BB gun anime because the premise was stupid and the plot was tedious. I then skipped Assassination Classroom and had my expectations shattered before my eyes. The action took many hours to unfold. I mean, at the end of the first season, the Okinawa part took something like 7 episodes to unfold. By season 2, I was extremely tired of this anime and the kids never-ending attempts to murder the dang octopus. I was so fed up, I skipped straight to the part where the octopus finally died and called it a day. The rest of the summer unfolded the same way. At the beginning, Miss Yaoi had made me watch more anime, which I would watch and pretend to like. Then, once I was done, she would make me watch another one, and the cycle would then repeat itself. By then, I was quickly losing my identity. It didn't help that she would also tell me to play Yandere Simulator, which had the dishonor of being one of the least playable games in history. Not to mention that the developer of said game was also a weeb who said "Watashi wa Nihonjin" on his streams. Towards the end of the summer, Miss Yaoi went on a canoe trip, which left me with a dilemma. How was I going to keep watching these Chinese cartoons without her telling me what to do? At this point, I hadn't thought of stopping altogether, so I ended up watching what I believed to be the worst anime I've ever seen. Miss Yaoi had repeatedly sent me gifts of an anime known as Lucky Star, and I wondered what this show was. I had seen a clip from the show that spoofed Initial D, and it was about how to eat bread. Yes, it was that stupid. I thought there would be more action in the later episodes, but all I got was the same old crap with the tongue battle in the middle. I hated it so much I only watched one episode a day, paid little attention to what was going on, and dropped to about 6 episodes in. To be honest, I think it was still more than I needed. After that whole misadventure with Lucky Star, I decided to cut back on anime watching and concentrate on other interests. This wasn't the end of Miss Yaoi's attempts to turn me into a weeb, not by far. She repeatedly spammed me with nightcore music, as well as some particularly horrible song named Smile, and no, not from Avril Lavigne. It had some weird goat man on the thumbnail. Besides this, she attempted to satisfy her yaoi fantasies by making manga about it. It was called The Butterfly Effect, and her pen name was Imaginary Dream. She got me to do the backgrounds and special effects, but she did the character designs and the rest. She used the same two guys from Fanfiction, but gender swapped one of them in an attempt to protect his privacy. She made me do some research by making me watch a romantic anime about a mangaka, and created one page before abandoning the project altogether. Good riddance. After I was back in school, I'd cut back heavily on anime watching. Besides the romantic manga thing, I'd only watched one episode of another anime because Miss Yaoi told me there was a car chase in it. However, I only watched the first episode before getting bored with it. In fact, halfway through the first episode, I was already bored. A month later, I discovered Love Live's School Idol project via the Nico Nico Me meme nonetheless. The difference between this and all the other Chinese cartoons I'd watched was the fact that I actually wanted to watch it. Initially, I was skeptical about it, but by the third episode, I was hooked. Miss Yaoi was quite surprised by this and attempted to do the same as me, but ended up watching everything in the wrong order. It was around this time that she tried to claw back at me by suggesting that I watch something else, but I refused. I was satisfied with Love Live, and Miss Yaoi was steadily becoming more and more annoying. Every time she emailed me with a link to new anime, I would just ignore it. Finally, after months of putting up with Miss Yaoi, I unfriended her with almost a year after her first attempt to manipulate me. Yes. She also repeatedly referred to herself as an otaku despite the term being insulting, and she also got mad at me for saying that otakus weren't just limited to anime. She once made a Tumblr post where she was looking for local otakus to chat with, and also was a part of the Steven Universe fandom and was part of the MLP fandom at some point, at least 3 years ago. Seriously, what is with her and garbage fandoms? She thinks those Zodiac stereotype text things are true, even though most of them really aren't, and got extremely mad when I told her my family was planning to go to Japan for a summer vacation. Then again, she probably only wanted to go because of those cartoons. As Hayao Miyazaki said, anime was a mistake.